Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to episode 38 of the Karen Smith Fraser podcast. Today's episode is Trading Change for a Deeper Investment Transformation. I'm your host, Karen Smith Fraser. I am a transformation coach dedicated to helping those who are stressed out, who've spent much of their lives taking care of other people, go from feeling stressed out and stuck, fearful of change, to fulfilled and motivated to go after their own goals. Well, I know I'm catching some of you on recording because this is Labor Day. I'm hoping that many are getting some rest today. And I'd like to take a moment just to honor those who are doing much of the labor in our communities but are not being compensated, that go unappreciated. Well, I appreciate you. I know that many caregivers, those who are behind the scenes, making sure our society, our communities are efficient and running, do not get credit for what they do. And I just want to say that I see you, I appreciate you, and I'm hoping that you feel that appreciation. So today's topic, transformation and change. Change can be transformation, but transformation is more than change. This topic came to mind as I was out of town and just thinking about how we all want to grow, at least I do, and grow into what? And I put the analogy of a butterfly on one of my posts, and it made me think about how butterflies evolve. And it's not just that they change into, they get to be a bigger caterpillar, but they become something more. So when I think about the word transformation, my mind goes straight really to the Transformer movies. Do you remember those? Those moments when the ordinary cars would turn into these incredible robots. And I especially like Bumblebee. I mean, they weren't just a sleeker version of a car, but they became something else. They were transformed into something else. And so, I mean, just imagine, Bumblebee, that beat up car, morphing into, I can't even remember what his transformer name was, but he was like the lieutenant, a really important character, one of Optimus Prime's main lieutenants. So I want to be like that. I don't want to be like a cleaned up, beat up car. I want to be transformed. And so, so every day we are called to be the best version of ourselves. Nobody wakes up hoping to be mediocre, to be, so. Uh, and But why do we accept being so? Well, it may be because we're tired, we're stressed, feel a bit hopeless in our situations. It may be that we're a bit comfortable. We're getting things done, the bills are getting paid, but it doesn't seem to be enough. But here's the truth. Waiting for a perfect time for our circumstances to be perfect is the death of dreams. And transformation doesn't wait for everything to align. So today I'm going to, as a transformation coach, I have the privilege of walking alongside clients and helping them realize that they don't have to wait to start fulfilling their dreams and leaving a positive mark for themselves, for their families, for their communities. So today I'm going to just clarify a bit what's the difference between change and transformation. As I said before, change and transformation are not the same. Change is about improving or updating what we're doing, what we're currently doing. Think of it as you can think of it as installing software and operating a new operating system on your computer, and it runs smoother. It's a better version, but it is the same version. Change is incremental. It's focused on improving specific issues or inefficiencies and tweaking things that aren't quite working right. Change is rooted in the past with the goals of making an established system better. It often involves a narrower focus, targeting particular areas of functions. The outcome, a more efficient, improved version of the past operating system. So, for example, when I think about how I use a calendar, and I break up my days into 3 chunks so that I can schedule my day, I'm more efficient with my time. I'm getting more things done. If I use it, I'm be able to mark off my to-do list more efficiently, and I feel like I'm getting things done more efficiently. Okay, so that's a change. I've changed the habit. I've created some systems that are helping me become more efficient, and that's a good thing, right? Okay, so we're going to jump to transformation. Transformation, on the other hand, is a fundamental shift to the system. So it's not just adding some tools that can help you just do some things differently. Transformation isn't just about doing things differently. It's about becoming something new. Not just doing something new, but becoming something new. It involves shifting core beliefs, values, identity, mindset. Transformation is future-oriented, aiming to design and birth an entirely new reality. It lets you dream. It's not constrained by the limitations of your circumstances and your past. And as anyone who's ever birthed anything or anyone, you know it's quite a process. It's more than just a change in yourself, in your body. Transformation is broad. It affects many processes and people, and it can disrupt the status quo. The true outcome of transformation is a new state of being, aligning the entire system, whether that's your family, lifestyle, or organization, with a visionary future. In other words, there's so many times that we don't allow ourselves to dream, allow ourselves to set goals that go beyond what our circumstances tell us that we can do. And we feel stuck because we're looking at the circumstances instead of even pondering what our dreams could be, what our ultimate goal and what we want for our ultimate goal. So I'm going to go over you know what? I'm seeing some people are tuning in. Welcome. Thanks for being here today. I can't see your comments right now. I'm just not sure how to do that. But I appreciate you being here and tuning in on this Labor Day morning. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you just a rundown of some of the differences with change and transformation. And I'm going to try to give you some real life examples. Now, as I said before, change focuses on actions and transformation focuses on beliefs in a new way of being. When I think about changes, I mean, as I said, people can change their diet, they can change their habits in a day to become more efficient. But transformation comes in when we start asking, well, why do I want to do that? So then somebody can say, well, because you want to be on time or you want to be skinnier or healthier. And then another question is, well, why do you want to do that? Well, let's say I want to look better in my clothes. Well, or I want to uh, be more productive with my day. And then another question is, well, why do you want to do that? And so the more we ask why, we start to learn about some of our core beliefs. Like for me, why did I leave my last job? Well, it was because I felt like I was meant to be a voice somewhere else. I felt that God was calling me to speak in a more public arena, to help people who don't feel like their voices are heard, who feel misunderstood, who don't feel valued. Uh, I felt like it was more than needing a different job to get a paycheck. It was something deeper. It was something about being more authentically me, not just doing a job more efficiently. And I think that is one of the biggest changes about uh, differences between change and transformation. Change is often focused on the past, while transformation allows us to look at the past and look at our present and ask ourselves, how do we feel about things? Why are we where we are? Why do we want certain things in our lives? And that introspection, that taking that time to really ask some of the questions can be hard because it may go against the norm of society. It may go against what our families say what success looks like. It may go against uh, the norms of the community that we're living in. Even as we enter this new season, a new season of heading back to school, and I guess in the several weeks it'll be a new season of fall. This is a great opportunity to look at a little deeper into why we choose to do the things we do, and what does that say about ourselves? Uh, is what we're doing reflective of our core beliefs? Are we courageous enough, brave enough, creative enough to do something different and become more than what we've been in the past? So, just some takeaways. I'm a little bit all over the place today, but I just feel like I don't want you to wait for life to line up perfectly before you start transforming you. Be the Bumblebee and the Transformers, and that cool car that became more than anybody expected. Recognize when you're making incremental changes versus when you're really on track for major transformation. Uh, Changes are transformation, but not transformation is more than these incremental changes. Transformation is about more than systems or tools. It's about shifting your mindset, beliefs, and vision for the future. Sometimes you have to think outside the box. And, that becomes those creative juices that can change who you are and change how you impact the world. There was something that came to mind just randomly. Well, I won't say randomly. I have to look at my notes here. That I felt like I was supposed to say today. Let me find it. It has to do with what I'm doing now. I am, as I said before, I'm a transformational coach, and some of the things I do really push me outside of the box. That I know that there are many people there are some awesome life coaches that I know that are really encouraging people to uh, dive deeper into developing their self-esteem. I have coaches who are really encouraging people to recognize their own strengths and to not apologize for who they are and who they want to be. I have, um, I'm a I'm a coach who also encourage people to, not be apologetic about dreaming big. In fact, I'm encouraging people to dream big. And, so many times people think that their voices are small and nobody's going to listen. And in this time where we have just some sad things happening in the world, and we feel like, um, we feel like we can't send our children to school safely because there's just some things that are present in our communities that can make us feel that way. And that's just one example. But I guess what I'm trying to say is your voice is important. So even though, speaking up, whether it be verbally to someone or through your vote or through your community work, just because somebody else is saying the same thing doesn't mean that somebody will hear their voice. Your voice is important. Sometimes it needs to be said. We need to fight for things over and over. And it seems like nobody's listening, but it may be that somebody is waiting for your particular voice. It's just like teachers who are teaching the subject. They can teach the same thing, and then the student goes to another class, the teacher says the same exact thing, and somehow they get it. The student gets it. Well, that may be your voice. So, as usual, I am encouraging you to go for it, unleash your brilliance, uncover your light. The world is literally waiting for you. Somebody needs to hear your voice, whether it be your neighbor, your family member, your politician, your community representative, but speak up. Your voice is important, and the world is waiting for it. All right, that's it for this week. I hope you have a great day, a great Labor Day, and thanks for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. And thanks for tuning in, Tennille.